What's going on YouTube? This is Sidney Cumbie once again with yet another makeup video. So this video is going to be a witch. I haven't done a witch in a long time. In fact, I've only ever done one witch, I'm pretty sure. And it's actually on my channel, so if you guys want to check that one out. And I'm using the same model for it. So it'll be a good comparison if you want to check that one out. Go back and look at it. But I am using RBFX Prosthetics, of course, again, like always, because RBFX is awesome, the best prosthetics in the industry. I use their witch prosthetic, which has a big witchy nose and the big witchy chin, but I also threw in like a sewn up eye prosthetic in there. It's all foam latex, but I just thought that little bit of eye thing would make it a little bit more gory. I did want to go a little bit more gory, a little bit more grungy with this versus, like, say you got the Snow White witch and some sort of grungy nasty witch. I sort of, you know, met in the middle a little bit. I didn't make it as disgusting as I could. But I used all European Body Art airbrush colors and Thomas Surprenant PAX colors. I also mixed my own mouthwash in this video. I mixed it out of some sort of, I went to Michael's and picked up, it is icing gel and icing airbrush colors, so it's for like icing for cakes. I just mixed it in with a little bit of distilled water, a little bit of both with distilled water. I mixed the brown and the black together to give it a little bit more grungy look. And then I put it in a squirt bottle and just squirt it in the mouth. That's really a quick way of making mouthwash to make it stick to your teeth. Just a little hint for you guys if you don't know. Maybe I'll even talk about it in the video, so be ready for that. I am going to do a voiceover in this video so that you guys will maybe learn a little bit something from this video, or a little bit what I do. Now I did paint this like I do a lot of stuff, paint it a little bit more old school than usual, than others would do. I do my undertones, I do my undercolors with the reds and the purples or whatever, and then I go over with flesh. That might be a little bit too much work, but that's how I paint. You don't have to paint like that. Remember, whatever works for you works for you. These videos are just for you to get started in effects. If you really wanted to learn real effects and real painting for foam latex, this is how you do it. And again, you can change it up any way you want to. That said, this video will be a lot of fun. There's a voiceover. I just basically, like I do most of the videos, sort of wing it, you know, hey, let's do a witch today. Okay, let's do it. So that's what happened. And I also used the wardrobe that I have from Noah. I have a lot of wardrobe from the movie Noah. I bought it at auction. I just bought a ton of it because, you know, I knew I was going to need it for some makeups, but I ended up using it for a lot of makeups. And now she also had an sclera lens, like a big sclera lens by the company 9mm. They make awesome lenses, great lenses. Again, you have to have prescription if you are going to get one of those. You have to be measured for it, in the US at least. But 9mm makes great lenses. Check them out. And that's about it, guys. You guys are going to enjoy this video. It's really fun makeup. I know I enjoyed a lot of it. The photos came out great. Jacquelyn Coon, my model, did a great job modeling it. She had a nice face for this. The prosthetic on her was a little bit too big, but I made it work. And really, it was pretty cool that I was a little bit too big for her. But let's get to this video. Let's do it, guys. Alrighty, it looks like I'm going to run you guys through this witch makeup that I did. It was really fun. And make sure you guys check out my model, Jacquelyn Coon. She's also an effects artist and does a lot of makeup on me as well. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is start out, put a little bit of Prosade around the eyes, and I'm using a bent liner brush by Delium Tools. It's my favorite glue brush. That is not a glue brush. And now I'm going to lay down this eye first. The reason I'm putting on the eye first, so she's going to be almost blind out of this eye for that long, is because this has to go up underneath the witch prosthetic, or else this eye is going to take away a lot of detail from the witch prosthetic around the eye. So I don't really have to worry about edges that much with this thing, so I'm just throwing it down real quick. And I'm pretty much done with this, this piece right here. So now I'm going to test fit the witch prosthetic. Test fitting it's really easy. I'm just, you know, putting it on there. So I'm putting a little bit of Prosade on the centermost point of her face, which is her nose. And you want to start from the centermost point and work your way outward when you're working with a prosthetic like this. So make sure you start from the center and work your way out. The nose didn't fit her that well with this prosthetic. It's a little bit too big for her. So a good idea is that if it doesn't fit, if the nose is a little bit too big, stuff a little bit of cotton in there so there's no collapsing points. So nothing's going to collapse and glue down weird. Now you can do that. I didn't do that for this because it almost fit. It was almost good. So now what I like to do is I like to go up under the eyes first with a prosthetic like this. So put a little bit of Pros-Aid right up under her eye and then lay down the prosthetic and fit it to where it's going to fit her eye well. Last thing you want to do is do the forehead and then you get, I know, I wanted to fit around her eye really well, so I did that first. So I'm just lifting up edges and laying things down. You want to make sure that you cover her face in glue. Basically, you want to make sure you glue everything down. If there's a dry spot up under the prosthetic where you didn't glue down, then you are going to get a weird wrinkle when she or he makes a face. So make sure you glue everything down. And that's what I'm doing right here. I'm lifting up edges and I'm also stippling over the edge. The good thing about foam latex, it is a sponge. If you stipple over the edge after you get everything glued down and there's still edges that need to be glued down, if you stipple over the edge with a little bit of Pros-Aid, that Pros-Aid is going to seep through and glue the prosthetic edge down. It's a sponge. It's going to absorb it and seep through it. That's awesome. And as you can see, I'm using a powder puff right here to powder the edges of this prosthetic. So once you get a little bit once you get the edges down, you can powder it. I'm just powdering it just so if she makes a wrinkled forehead, nothing's gonna, glue to itself, nothing's gonna fold over. And I'm still just working my way around, lifting up edges and laying things down. This prosthetic also went into her hair just a little bit, so you might have to pinch a little bit away if it's going to go into somebody's hair, or you can glue down their hair right there and still make it work. So right here what I'm doing is I'm using a little bit of zinc oxide on the upper lip and nose, because if you notice that there's a lot of heat and moisture that come out of the mouth, well, the zinc oxide is just going to help secure and dry out that area. So it's going to help basically help it stick a little bit better. And still, as you can see, I'm going from one side to the other. And because this prosthetic didn't fit really well, there's a little wrinkles around the mouth, but it kind of works with this prosthetic because it is a witch. So those two little wrinkles on each side of the mouth, I'm just going to fix a little bit of Bondo coming up. So I got pretty much everything down on this thing. It's coming close. Gluing it down, stippling over the edges with that glue brush, a little bit of Pros-Aid around the edges. That'll also texture the prosthetic out into the skin. I sometimes use a sponge to do that as well. Just a regular makeup sponge. And so now I'm powdering with a powder puff. So right here I'm using Bondo. Bondo is just thickened Pros-Aid, so it's Capicil and Pros-Aid mixed together. And so those little wrinkles, I'm trying to hide the bigger wrinkle that I made by folding it over. And then I'm stippling a little bit of Pros-Aid over the edge to fade it out. So I'm just going to attach the chin all in one big chunk. So I glued down the whole chin and boom, stuck it to it. Now what happened when I put this chin on, the whole bottom of the chin rolled over on itself. All you need is to get to fix an edge that rolls over is a little bit of 99% alcohol and your brush, and get up in there and just keep picking at it until the edge rolls back out, and then just let it dry out. Let it dry a little bit because the alcohol reactivated the Pros-Aid, so it's gonna be a little iffy. So make sure you just let it set for a little bit. So now I'm going in with my old school painting technique where I do undertones first. So I'm using Pax right here. Pax is going to seal the foam latex prosthetic because you have to seal foam latex before you paint it with alcohol colors, watercolors, grease paint, or whatever you want to do. So make sure you seal it first with Pax. Pax is 50% acrylic, 50% Pros-Aid mixed together to seal a prosthetic. Now, I'm using a Thomas Surprenant Pax right here. It's a little bit different recipe and it's easier to get off the skin. And I have a lot of people who are like, oh my God, you put Pax on the skin. Yes, I put Pax on the skin, but I've never had a problem getting it off. Now, if you make your own Pax, it's going to be a little bit stronger than either Mel's Pax or Thomas Surprenant Pax. I use either one of those and it works fine and it comes off fine. Hot showers also work as well. So I don't stress about putting it on the skin, and I don't put a lot on the skin either. So now I'm going in with my second layer. This is going to be the flesh layer. So this layer is going to be almost dry brushed on. I'm just, as you can see, I'm just sort of dry brushing over. I'm not trying to fill in the gaps. I'm not trying to go into the wrinkles. I'm just trying to hit the high points. Now when I did this, I probably used a little bit too much, and I probably went a little bit too harsh with it. meaning that I went too opaque with the flesh color because I was going to go over with airbrush colors anyways, but I did it. So what I'm using here is I'm using 2 different brushes. I'm using 2 different size stipple brushes by Delium Tools. Delium Tools stipple brushes are my favorite brushes to use. They're amazing. I use them for everything. So I'm just stippling it onto the face right here and a little bit on the neck. Again, I'm not trying to go crazy and put a lot of packs on the neck, because what you're going to get, if you put too much packs on the skin, you're going to get weird wrinkly skin. That's not bad for this makeup, but for other makeups it will be. So now I'm going in with my Epic Dat European Body Art airbrush, and I'm airbrushing some feated flesh on there. This is like a grayed out flesh, and I wanted her flesh to be sort of grayed out, you know, really nasty and aged flesh. Just as generally the same way I would do a zombie. Because she is a witch, I want her to look all crazy nasty like this. So now I'm doing a little bit of spatter. This is a little bit of the liver color to sort of break everything up, and do some spattering underneath the rest of the stuff that I'm going to do right here, which is I'm going in with the liver color by European Body Art as well, and I'm hitting the stress points. I want her to look like she has bad skin, splotchy skin. Of course, I'm going to the stress points, which that nose, the tip of the nose, it gets too cold, turns red, the cheeks, the nostrils, where the swollen, nasty, sewn up eye is. I wanted all that to be irritated, and also the lips. So I'm just doing a little bit of modeling as well, which is like squiggles around the skin, just giving it some nasty, you know, bad broken up skin, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And now I'm probably going in, I think I'm going to switch it up with some bruised purple coming up, because you don't want to just use 2 colors in a makeup. You want to, skin is a lot of different layers, a lot of different colors. So I'm going in with a little bit of bruised purple to make that eye a little bit nastier. I'm going to use it around the lips a little bit, just to align the lip a little bit. And then the nostrils, you want to go into the nostrils too, but when you're spraying airbrush into a nostril, make sure you tell your model, all right, I'm going into your nostril, ready, breathe in and breathe out. And when they're breathing out, do it so they're pushing the paint out of their nose, so it's not going into their nose. Alright, so here it goes. Yeah, I'm just modeling a little bit more, breaking up the skin, making it nastier. As you can see, it's looking really cool right now. Squiggles around the skin, don't want to go too harsh. Going around the eyes a little bit. You want, yeah, I can do an eyeliner with an airbrush, but I don't suggest if you're beginning doing it. Now I'm using a Delium tool. I think this is the veining brush, and I'm using a little bit of grease paint to paint on the sort of warts, the moles or whatever, making them brown. So I think I'm using maybe this is a bin nye grease paint that I'm using to color those. And I'm making them sort of faded. I wasn't going too harsh with it. So I'm going in with a liner brush into that eye, just to making it deeper. So I was put a little bit of black and purple in there so you can't see her skin. And now up under this eye, I'm using a little bit of maroony color, bin nye maroon color, and then sort of just giving her that really stressy, nasty, stressful look up under her eye. So now I'm going in, I'm actually airbrushing the hair, because I want the hair to be semi-gray, sort of gray. Because she's an older lady, the evil is taking over. She's going really gray and really gnarly and really nasty. So I'm using a little bit of dead flesh to actually airbrush into her hair to give her that aged look. And so now I'm airbrushing a little bit of green onto her skin, so that I airbrushed a little bit of like bile onto her skin with this bigger airbrush that I got from Harbor Freight. This is the airbrush that I spatter with. So you can see that now she's looking really sickly and nasty because I put that green in there. But I'm also spattering liver, bruised purple, and the feated flesh color on there to give levels and to give a more splotchy skin and to break it up a little bit. Now I just squirted the mouthwash in her mouth. That was the icing dye that I used to make a mouthwash. It works really well for photos. You might need something a little bit stronger for video. You keep spraying it in there to keep it on the teeth. A good idea is tell the model not to brush her teeth that day. And now I put a little bit of shine on her face, and I'm sort of taking it off with a little bit of the matte color of the matting agent that I have. So I wanted to take a little bit of it off so it didn't go too crazy. And this is the final makeup. As you can see, I used the Noah wardrobe. Some of the wardrobe and necklaces I got from the film Noah. And I think it really came out, and you can see the inspiration for the Snow White witch mixed with like a gnarly, nasty witch, and the 9mm contact lens, the sclera lens, how it's a zombie lens, but it really works with a witch. And this is, that's the final look, guys. I hope you got something out of it. I know it's a quick video, and I know I talk really quick when I'm going through it. Slow it down, pause it when you need to. If you have any questions, ask me. But overall, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Share it, tell people about it. If you like effects, spread the word. These videos are expensive, but they're a lot of fun, and it helps me learn. Without these videos, I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't, as you can see, if you go to the first witch that I did to this one, I've advanced a lot. It's all due to practice. So get out there, practice, share these videos, watch all my videos. And until next time, guys, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. See you later. Bye.